Hey everybody, I'm Philip Miller, the Adventure Zombie. So I'm out here on my way east, and this is my day 2 camp. I found this nice little deer camp here. It's off of a Forest Service road off the highway, and yeah, I figured I'd take this opportunity to walk around and talk a little bit more about some of the stuff that I put on the car and some of the gear that is in the car. Talk about how I'm liking it so far and all that good stuff. So yeah. Oh, let's go ahead and touch on this first. So Rhino Rack Sunseeker awning. So far I'm finding that I'm not really using it because I'm driving most of the day and then I'm setting up at night, and it hasn't been raining, so really I haven't needed it. So not saying that I won't need it, but I haven't needed my awning yet for shade or for shelter. So yeah, I'm sure I'll use it, but haven't used it yet. Let's move on to the next thing. So the Thule Aero cargo box that I got on here, I have obviously been using the crap out of this. I got my tent in here, dog bed, recovery equipment, winching equipment, jacks, toiletries, table, cot, you name it. This thing has been super helpful. It holds most of my gear really up here, most of the big stuff, and so that frees up a lot of space in the car down below. So I have really liked this, and the addition of being able to mount my shovel and recovery boards up here, as well as my light and awning, it's just really nice. Really liking the roof rack setup. So no regrets here. Let's go on to the next thing. My Orbis overlanding rack wing. A lot of people have been asking me about this. Specifically, what is that space age wing thing you have on the side of your car? This is called the rack wing from Orbis Overlanding, and obviously I just have some Rotopacks mounted on here. These are the water containers, and they're 1.75 gallons each. So with 2 of those, I have quite a bit of water, and I can also mount stuff here. I haven't yet, haven't really found anything that I needed to mount there, but this has been super helpful. It allowed me to move my water from the inside of the vehicle to the outside of the vehicle, again, saving me space on the inside, which for those of you who know Crosstreks, space is at a premium. So anything you can do to move your gear to the outside is fantastic, and so this rack wing has made it very nice. People have also asked me about effects on gas mileage. This, honestly, the effect was negligible. I didn't notice any difference in my fuel mileage by putting this on the side. So if you're wondering about getting one, there you go. Next thing. Okay, so we will start off talking about the bumpers. Obviously I'm standing at the front bumper, but I haven't had to use them specifically for off-roading, i.e. I haven't bashed into anything, I haven't needed to be pulled out, and I haven't needed to winch myself. So I haven't really used them for the purpose they're built for. However, they look fantastic on the car, and use of the swing gate with the jerry cans on the end has been super helpful as well. And overall, I mean, I don't regret my purchase here. This thing is fantastic, and the capability that it adds to the car, I know is going to be really useful down the road, because I am still going to be doing off-roading, and I'm still going to be doing stuff that you guys are going, oh my God, I can't believe he just did that with a Crosstrek. That's my goal. So anyway, these will help me out in the future, and I have a hitch receiver on there too, so should I need to tow anything or put any sort of accessory on there, I have the ability now to do that. So that's super nice. Oh, backup lights. Those, I mean, they're all cheapos, but I mean, they do their job. They give me plenty of light behind me. I can see in my side mirrors, and yeah, they do exactly what they need to do. So moving on to the back here, my refrigerator. This is probably the single coolest thing that I've bought overall for dispersed camping, I guess you'll say. It has been very useful, and it works really well with the Jackery power unit that I got. And so I can drive, get this thing charged up to 100%, shut off the vehicle, let the refrigerator and the Jackery just keep doing their thing, and in the morning it's at like 65%. And so I get back in the car after I'm done eating breakfast and breaking down camp, and then start driving again, and it recharges the Jackery. And so it's really been maintenance free, and it's keeping my food cold, which was really nice. It was 100 degrees today, and I mean, the need to not have ice is, I just thought, whatever, it's just a fancy cooler, but this thing is nice. This thing is really nice. I mean, if you spend any sort of time outside, you might want to think about getting yourself a portable refrigerator, because these things are super nice. The rest of the stuff, you know, the tie downs have been working great. It prevents everything from sliding back and forth. And the gear in there, it's only a little bit annoying to get into it after taking the strap off of there. And so it's not overly inconvenient. Overall, I would say it's doing its job. I wouldn't say that I love this setup, but for the space that I have, and for really the last minute stuff that I decided to do to this car, I think it turned out really well. So it works, it'll get me to my destination and back, and so that's really all I care about. Let's go ahead and move on to the rest of the car, shall we? So moving on to the back of the vehicle, as you can see, underneath the platform has gotten pretty messy. I find taking stuff out of there and putting stuff back in there, I'm getting lazy about putting it back in its proper spot, plus things shift around, and so they don't really fit in there the way that they were in there. And so in order to get it in there properly, you have to take a lot of stuff out and then change it. So I'm gonna have to do something about that in the future, but again, for now it's working. And Wade has his spot back there. Seems to be working pretty well. He's got enough room to sprawl out, and if he wants to curl up or whatever, he's got plenty of room for that. And you can't see it, but my Jackery is hiding behind this yellow box here, and it's doing its thing, powering the refrigerator. The front seat has more or less become a catch-all. I use something and then I just throw it in the front seat because I know I'm going to end up using it again really soon. And so it's not super cluttered. It's not really piled up, I guess you could say. But it has become a catch-all, and that's not my favorite thing. So I might have to figure out something else for this stuff. Maybe some sort of shelving maybe in the back, so I can have stuff stacked on top of other stuff and still be able to pull my totes out. I don't know. We'll have to think about that one. But yeah, overall, everything's going really well. Let's go ahead over to the front side of the vehicle and we'll talk a little bit more about that. Okay, so as I was saying, overall my setup is working really well. I really love, again, how my bumpers look, and I got some new lights in here. These are amber. They're 34 watts for the set, and those are from Oxbeam. Again, I just use cheap lights because I figure if it breaks, I can replace it, and I really don't like the idea of having like a $300 light on the front of there and then breaking it from off-roading. It's inevitable, I feel like, so I'm not going to put an expensive light on the front of the car or anywhere on the car. So anyway, so far I've liked it a lot. My winch, I have my winch set up, got that, haven't used it yet. Basically I've just gotten it set up, spooled it in there, and I have my remote port here on the front fender, and my remote reaches from here to the driver's seat, and so I can operate the winch from within the driver's seat, or I can stand outside the vehicle and steer the car and work the remote if I want to. There's a lot of different versatility to having that with the remote. I didn't wire in the dash switch, but with the remote I figured you don't really need a dash switch. Plus there's not really anywhere to mount a dash switch in these things. So I went ahead and omitted that. So day 2 of the trip. How's it going? It's been going really well. I spent today, the 4th of July, with a buddy of mine. We went fishing and just overall hung out with the dogs and had a good day. So that was really nice. Spent a beautiful day in Eastern Oregon, and I'm gonna sleep here tonight and wake up first thing in the morning and keep heading east. My next destination is going to be Vail, Colorado. I heard it was a beautiful town and I just want to swing by there and check it out. So I decided what better time. So next stop, Vail. But I'm sure I'll probably be camping at least once, if not twice more, before I make it to Colorado. So I'll be making more videos along the way. But until then, if you haven't yet, please consider liking and subscribing. Thank you.